on NFL Live, let's hear from Jerry Jones talking about the Cowboys franchise shaping pop culture yesterday.
I do believe if we're not being looked at, then I'll do my part to get us looked at. The Cowboys are a soap opera, 365
The
days.
streaming will begin
When it gets slow,
momentarily.
I'll stir it up.
Please take your
And
seats.
so it's wonderful to have the great athletes, have the great players. But there's something more there. There's sizzle, there's emotion. And if you will, there's controversy. That controversy is good stuff in terms of keeping and having people's attention.
I cannot believe. I can't believe he actually said that.
I feel bad for Cowboys fans.
I'm at that point too.
Yeah,
the
that's
fans, the
right.
players.
The fans.
The players I feel bad for. Like, I think the coaching staff and the
I
scouting
owe
staff,
Dak
they signed
Prescott.
up for it,
I
right?
owe Dak Prescott an apology, man.
I know, seriously.
The
man.
quarterback
That's
of the
every
team.
You know
single
who's
day.
benefited from that attitude? Dak Prescott, because
Probably
the
true.
drama
Yeah.
gets the players paid
Yeah.
more and more. So.
I mean, but I think at some point the players also want to win, and truly have the person in place putting winning at the most important thing.
It's just a lot. There's no other team that has this. Go ahead, Field.
What's going through the brain right there? Do you think is this camera actually rolling right
He
now?
literally
Like,
said,
is
And
he
oh
like-
my God, he
I do
admitted.
most, if not all, the things I do are just for attention.
It's unbelievable.
Do you know what the most valuable franchise in?
Yeah, it's the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
No,
well,
but
let's stay with the
we're
Cowboys.
never going to sell it.
for
The
some
Eagles
more.
are winning.
Do
and
you
they're
know
pretty
who hasn't
valuable.
won? Who hasn't been to the NFC Championship game in 30 years?
Eagles
About
are-
them.
Cowboys.
How about them?
We had a trivia question about this earlier that you may see on social media later. All right, let's stay with the Cowboys for some top stories. Adam, any movement on Micah Parsons getting a new deal?
Well, Laura, Jerry Jones like controversy. He says it's good stuff, so here's some good stuff for you. The Cowboys and Micah Parsons still have not spoken about a new contract. The season opens 3 weeks from Thursday night. You want controversy? How controversial will it be if Micah Parsons continues to feel back tightness that's held him out of the games or practices and prevents him from playing in the opener? That would be quite a controversy. Jerry might not like that one, though. We'll see. Jordan Love underwent thumb surgery today to repair a ligament issue that he suffered in the Packers' opening preseason game. Probably not going to play again in this preseason. They do expect that he'll be back for the regular season opener, and they'll have him back in the lineup then, but again, he's going to miss some reps here this summer. And yesterday, the 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan said he's not expecting Brandon Ayuk back until roughly week 6. He said maybe week 5, maybe week 10.
What range?
6 is usually his range to expect for somebody who tore his ACL and his MCL in week 7 last season, a devastating, significant knee injury that he's still trying to come back from. And the 49ers know that they're going to be without Brandon Ayuk for the beginning part of the season at the very least.
Man, yeah, they're dealing with some more injuries than they'd like to be dealing with, right? You may have seen it flash on the screen. Some more news we're going to talk to right now. Anthony Richardson injured his finger during the Colts' first preseason game Thursday. But Daniel Jones is there too, of course. Richardson did return to practice on Saturday, but there's a lot going on here, right? Adam, where does this quarterback competition stand now?
Well, nobody's pulled out in front yet. Daniel Jones is going to get the start this week. Anthony Richardson was quick to return to practice, and all accounts were that up until he got hurt on this particular play in the Ravens game, that he had looked good during practice. And then, of course, he sustained the pinky injury, but now he is back. Daniel Jones will get along with. I think there are people that still think that Daniel Jones, with the money they pay him, still may have the inside track on this job, but I don't think they've decided anything, and this job is still there to be won.
I think it's the most difficult quarterback situation in the NFL right now. Because while it's one play, the sack and the injury, it's the example of, and I think it makes the coaches say, can we trust you?
Yeah.
Like, can we trust you? That was a 2nd and 10 play call. And I'm not telling everybody like this, it's unbelievably easy because he's got to see both sides. But him only looking left tells me he only thinks left is a problem. And the right was a problem as well. And so as the coaches, you're sitting there going, okay, can we trust you? Also, when you watch the tape and you go, man, A.D. Mitchell looked good. Man, Tyler Warren, he looked good. So it's not only like the trust of handling that stuff, it's the trust of like, we got some really nice perimeter players. I need a quarterback to get him the football. But then the flip side is if you don't trust Anthony Richardson enough to do that, are you giving up on him? Like, are you giving up on him because he needs reps at a abundant rate?
Number 4 overall pick.
I know, this is so frustrating, right? He makes mistakes like that because he's inexperienced, but then he gets hurt, so he has to stay inexperienced. He's not getting enough reps, and it's like this vicious cycle. And I think if you're a Colts fan, you're really disappointed because with Anthony Richardson, there's excitement. There's at least the possibility of a ceiling.
And there is some growth. There is some development.
We're hearing all about
Well,
that.
you're talking about all those things, but he's not able to put it together and build that momentum, sustain momentum that he can carry on through a full preseason to where he proves he can be the starting guy. He looks like he can, then he gets hurt. He looks like he can, something happens. Needs a continuous period, hasn't gotten it.
And the alternative is Daniel Jones, who, I think watching him in this game, you saw the floor is a lot higher than Anthony Richardson, but the ceiling is lower too. And I thought that was like, he looked like a veteran quarterback. He executed Shane Steichen's offense well. You saw why they brought him in. Oh, he's accurate on these RPOs, very RPO heavy offense. Oh, you can use him as a scrambler. Oh, he does some nice things throwing on the run. But then you also saw some bouts of inaccuracy. He doesn't throw the ball downfield as well. So, if you're the Colts, at least the offense can be functional with him, but is that what you want out of this season?
I just want to point out, in cases like this, it's usually instructive to follow the money. They paid Daniel Jones more than the Pittsburgh Steelers are paying Aaron Rodgers this season. They're paying him about $14 million. They're paying him starting caliber money, and I think that they are doing that because they are counting on him at some point, thinking that he's going to have to be their starter at some
You
point.
guys brought this up. Mina said it really well. Like, you wonder if it'd be different if they didn't have such good skill position players. They're thinking, like, maybe we just need a distributor. Let's talk about one of those, Field. Jonathan Taylor, as we're got a little fantasy football theme here with our marathon going on. What's the potential impact on him with the quarterback competition and maybe even just like inconsistent play at quarterback?
Yeah, if you're drafting Jonathan Taylor, you're hoping that Daniel Jones wins the job for 2 specific reasons. When you have a running quarterback that typically neutralizes throws to the running backs, you see it in Philadelphia with Jalen Hurts. You saw it last year in Indianapolis with Anthony Richardson under center. Jonathan Taylor could be used similar to Derrick Henry, which is carry the ball a ton but not get that same level of target share that maybe a guy like a Saquon Barkley or Jahmyr Gibbs or Bijan Robinson gets. Secondly, there's one thing Anthony Richardson has done pretty effectively in the first 2 seasons of his career. Run specifically near the goal line, right? Like some of the stuff they can do, like those are just really easy money opportunities for him. If you're Jonathan Taylor, the difference between, let's call it 7 goal-to-go carries and 10 goal-to-go carries, again, in the world of fantasy football, might be the 5th best running back in fantasy as opposed to the 8th best running back in fantasy. I'm not sitting here trying to tell you that Daniel Jones solves all the issues for the Colts offense or for Jonathan Taylor himself, but if I draft Jonathan Taylor early, it's going to have to be early, by the way. You're hoping for Jones under center.
Really interesting. And Jonathan Taylor, by the way, projected to score the 6th most fantasy points among running backs. That's according to ESPN's Mike Clay. Keep that in mind if he's on your board. Let's do some quick reads on preseason performances that stood out. Dan, you're first. Who'd you like so far?
Man, Calvin Ridley looked great, and his connection with Cam Ward, specifically some of the stuff downfield, looked fantastic. Calvin Ridley has been one of the best route runners in the NFL, but maybe hasn't gotten the notoriety because obviously the year away and the quarterback play has been up and down. Even with that quarterback play being up and for the most part down, it's back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. Imagine if Cam Ward plays the way that he should as the number 1 pick. Calvin Ridley could sniff 1,200 to 1,300 yards in this offense. His connection with Cam Ward's big. I thought he looked awesome.
I was extremely excited to see Tedero McMillan on the field because he looked exactly as advertised. You saw on this catch the body control and hands that we saw in college that made him the 8th overall pick. And then I love that right after that, they went to him with an in-breaker. I think that has to be a huge part of his route tree in this offense. He uses that big frame to box out defenders, present a friendly target to Bryce Young. To me, that connection also looks good, really good early on. And if he is the X receiver he can be in this offense, I love the role that everyone else gets to play.
Oh, I'm excited about him. All right, we got more coming your way. Field is back with more. All eyes on the league's newest rookies. Don't leave Field. We're going to tell you which rookies are stealing the spotlight and who's poised to make an impact right away. That's when we come back. We already just heard about Ted McMillan. There's so many more that have caught our attention. I think the preseason's been a lot of fun seeing these rookies. What?
No, something else.
Can you guys stop? I was trying to...
We're little kids over here. Inside jokes.
Everywhere you look, things are getting